Joe Russell with the front line with Joe and Joe. Once again, let us go into the breach. Let's go to Calgary. Trans activists face off with Muslim families who are angry over the LGBTQ ideology. Play the clip.
Peace and love upon all of you. I wish everything that you need in this life comes upon you and you have the funniest growth.
This is a PR nightmare for Trudeau, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the Muslims are upset, and you can't criticize them because then you'll be deemed a hater. It goes against their rhetoric, yet they are equally as upset with this agenda as are Christians, as are Jews, as are all good people of goodwill. So what does Trudeau do when the Muslims go berserk? Does he label them haters? Will he then be labeled a hater? He's in a pickle. Let's see what happens. Good for you, my Muslim friends. Keep up the fight. More footage from Calgary. The Muslims and other immigrants are turning on you, Justin. Play the clip.
Leave our kids alone!
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 Let kids be kids!
Leave our kids alone!
Let kids be kids!
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 Leave our kids alone!
Leave our kids alone!
Leave our
Kids alone! Leave our kids alone!
Leave our kids alone!
Leave our kids alone! Leave our kids alone! Leave our kids alone!
Leave our kids alone. The progressive left never knows when to stop. They always overplay their hand. And on this one, you have bought into a political loser. Should they step back? Of course they should. Will they? Absolutely not, because the voice of the people does not matter. The ideology matters. They will go full steam ahead and run directly into a brick wall on this one. You know why? Because it's about kids, and kids are not political. And this issue is a loser. It's going to come back and smack them directly in the face. Rogan breaks it down. This is a bold statement, Canada. Play the clip.
I would vote for Trump before I'd vote for Biden, just because I think with Biden, like he's gone. Like, you know, he's gone. You're going to be relying on his cabinet, and I knew his cabinet would be this fucking sideshow of diversity, and which is exactly what it is. You can't have those kind of people running a Ben and Jerry's. You certainly can't have those kind of people running the fucking most powerful government the world's ever known. It's nuts. It's not.
So Ben and Jerry's gives the woke folk the pink slip, and Biden and Trudeau hires them all. Makes perfect sense. G7 nation, dishing out ice cream, can't dish out ice cream. Run two of the most powerful governments in the world. Makes perfect sense. Makes sense to you? Makes sense to me. Another protest at a Canadian school board happening in Niagara. Parents don't like what's happening in their schools. People, ideology isn't cutting it. Parents across both conservative and liberal camps are fed up. Will the government respond? Of course they won't, because ideology is more important than people. Have you figured that out yet? Ontario's Premier Dougie Ford seen springing into action to help the people. Cookies are damn good. Fires, economic hardship. Want a cookie? Justin Trudeau sitting on his throne with bad socks to boot and a cheesy snakeskin suit. 81% of Canada is now against Justin Trudeau. That's a poll across both liberal and conservative camps. Play the clip. Canadians are doing a little bit of a jig.
He said one day you leave this world behind, so live a life you will remember. My father told me when I was just a child, these are the nights that never die. My father told me.
Ah, yes, better times are coming, and the poutine is served. Justin Trudeau lectures the world on human rights. Meanwhile, the Canadian government has sent letters out for euthanasia. They've been approved for 10,000 people, and the numbers are rising. Play the clip.
This is truly some craziness that caught my attention, and it's not even in America, but it's so damn disturbing we had to cover it. Facts. Canada is killing more and more of its own citizens each year under their euthanasia program. On average, 10,000 people are legally ending their lives in the country. But when you hear how people are being approved for assisted end-of-your-life care, you'll be shocked. One man said he had hearing loss, and he was approved for euthanasia.
Sadly, this is what secular humanists do. People who cannot produce are eliminated, and that is what's happening. Canada is eliminating the poor, people who cannot pay for health care, people who are not of use, and the numbers will continue to rise. This is an abomination, and this is why Canada needs an exorcism. York Catholic high school students are rebelling against the woke agenda. Play the clip.
But messages like this were quickly drowned out by the noise of a rowdy crowd. Students tearing through pride posters and dancing on pride flags.
It's rude, and they're throwing water everywhere. They're looking at us. They're judging us. Shouldn't be like that. You're out for a reason.
Rambunctious teens then turned violent, throwing pride bracelets and other random objects on the road and at people.
Some kid threw something at my head, and then in response to that, everyone started cheering. There was like a group of guys, and they were more like harassing us than supporting us.
So here's the question, people. How long until Singh, Trudeau, and Dougie Ford and others call for hate crime legislation to deal with Canadians who are sick of being sexually harassed and basically groomed to the LGBTQ, whatever other letter or number you want to add to that acronym, cult? How long? It's going to happen. Public Safety Minister weighs in. He's Marco Mendocino. It's quite a name. He should be like a race car driver. He says he's shocked by the transfer of a murderer and serial rapist to a medium security prison. Play the clip.
Privacy concerns around these decisions, but I think that given the nature of this outcome, and given the fact that Mr. Bernardo is a very unique and one of the worst offenders in the history of this country, that we need to explain to all Canadians how it is that the correctional services of Canada arrives at these decisions. This morning, what I did was I stressed to the Commissioner what those concerns are and how the families of Leslie Mahaffey and Kristen French would find this shocking and incomprehensible. And she absorbed that, and she said that she would review the decision, and I think going forward it will be up to the Correctional Services of Canada to explain to Canadians exactly how these decisions are taken. Yeah.
So Marco basically says that it's up to the Correction Services Commissioner to explain why the transfer took place. Well, maybe the murderer and serial rapist is sorry. He's showing improvement. Let's move him to a medium security prison. Meanwhile, we'll let the crime minister run wild and rape and pillage all of the Canadians. He's not in the medium security prison. Maybe he should be. Remember happier days, Canada, when you got up in the morning, a blanket of snow was on the ground, and a moose attacked you. Play the clip. I'll tell you what, I think I like the moose.
Hey Canada, show the country that you stand for freedom with one of these hats from our store. Your purchase supports this channel. Check out the link in the description and order yours now.